That's Latham, and that will be the first boundary of the morning. I think he opens the face of the bat and just beats slip. The ball going along the ground to get the 4.
Short mid-wicket, mid-off, mid-on, 2 sweepers back. As forward goes Latham. That's nicely played. And this time just guides it away down to the third man boundary for 4, and that brings up his 150. As here comes Nathan Smith piling in from the Birmingham end, and it's played late from Barnard, to be fair to him. Sort of hit a thickish edge, but it all went along the carpet. Smith is over the wicket to Latham, who drives. Gorgeous shot from Tom Latham. And that's the thing on this pitch, even if you set your field up, Fisher is over the wicket to him, and driving is Barnard. Oh, and Jason Roy, you can hear the cry of anguish because he's dived to his right and gone straight over the top. And it's away for 4, and Barnard brings up his 50.
Yep. That one is pulled, and that's going to go down to fine leg, wide leg for 4. Warwickshire just beginning to play 1 or 2 shots now, not that they were to the batters. Warwickshire 417 for 4. This is Clive Eakin at Edgbaston. Just to update you, it's 421 for 4 now. Ed Barnard's just cut one to the boundary. Into bowl. And that one's on leg stump. It's turned around his pads by Barnard for 4. Now Barnard continuing his good form. He's on to 70. Whether Laws is doing deliberate or not, he's got a leg slip in place, and that's presumably the trap he's trying to get. That one is short, it's pulled. It's gone past the leg slip. It's gone down to fine leg for 4 by Latham. So there we are, 176 record debut score by a Warwickshire batter.
Yep. They look after us as Lawrence. He's in, loops this one up, and that is hauled over deep mid-wicket. It's only gone for 4. I thought it had a chance of going for 6. He just got up and underneath that. As Lawrence comes in and bowls once more down the track and flicks that through in front of square leg.
He's offside. That one. Oh, that is edge. They caught behind, and Latham's gone for 184, and Tom Laws takes the wicket. A little bit of bounce maybe there, Latham.
And then it was the last ball over the over, and then he went off, and he'd only been on for that over. As driving is Barnard. That wasn't too far away from Lawrence, but he's flashed it away through the gap between Lawrence in the covers. So that was quite good. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah. Oh, Lawrence in once more. It's a full ball, and he whips his hands through it, Zen Malik, and he finds the boundary behind point. The reference to that.
I think after my performance on the Power Express, there'd have been a few of those letters.
Next ball is just played very handsomely by Malik down towards deep point. They'll take a single. It's the end of Lawrence's over, and is that the end of the session?
Saying a lot of things about you.
That comes into bowl, and that's edged and just beats slip. A dive at slip. Whether that constitutes a chance or not, I'm not sure.
As here is Steele, and Malik, that's a lovely shot. It's all about his wrists, and he's just threaded it to the right of Burns at cover.
Comes in, and that is driven too long on for a single for Ed Barnard, who completes his 2nd century of the season, his 9th of his first-class career. 165 balls, 8 fours. Got to report at 2:15, so I'll bring Mel in after I've done that.
Sweeping is Barnard. That's nicely played. Down towards the
Fisher to Barnard. He just tried. Oh, that's a good shot. He's guided that down to third. Deliberate shot. Just showed his bat the ball and opened the face, and it's beaten the chasing fielder down there to be a boundary for 4.
So he's a very talented boy. Here is Steele. Well played, Ed Barnard. He's played the paddle sweep to this, and well, it's going to run away down towards the boundary rope for 4. Steele is over the wicket once more. Bit quicker this time. That's cut by Malik. I think that'll get to the boundary rope. It will indeed, because it's a short boundary out towards the Holly stand.
Fisher to bowl. That's driven by Barnard, and that is going to be 4. Good shot through the covers. when I come off, this next one is driven down the ground, and that'll be successive boundaries for Barnard. That was a lovely straight drive, and he's on to 124, 532 for 5.
Ricky Bunting, God, dear, as in over the wicket again. Goes still, and this is cut for 4 by Barnard out towards the boundary rope in front of the Holly stand.
Here's Smith in, bowls, and whips that one away through the leg side, over the boundary fence and into the Holly stand for 6.
Picked that up beautifully, didn't he? Absolutely beautiful. And it sailed away, and we're just trying to decide what sort of figure they would have in mind. As this one is short from Steele and is pulled away, and pulled away viciously by Barnard through the mid-wicket. There's a man out on the mid-wicket boundary. He just basically watched it go by. It was much too wide and so well hit. Steadily build total. This one's given extra width and is driven up too long off. And the applause you can hear is for Barnard's 150. Zen Malik on to strike, who is also looking for a single if he can get one, which he does. And that brings his maiden first-class half-century.
That's a very wide delivery, which is swatted away by Barnard. It might be cut off. No, it doesn't. Well, I'm afraid the ball deserved a 4. I mean, there are obviously mitigating circumstances. It must be pretty hard work out there in the heat. He did that.
Again, this one is hit over the top by Malik, over the top of extra cover, and down to the fence for 4. In comes Steele and bowls, and this one is pulled away in the air, but pulled away hard over the top of mid-wicket and down to the fence. So another boundary for Malik.
He scored some runs against Warwickshire. Maybe Warwickshire just dipped in.
This next one is cut away backward a point, and that's another boundary for Malik as it goes through, and it brings up the 600 for Warwickshire.
As in over the wicket goes Laws. That's short, that's 6. Malik's picked that up. He's got into the Holly stand. Very short leg side boundary, but it's a good pick up, that.
9 fielders saving the ones. Everyone's in, and he comes down the pitch and hits it over the top, and Zen Malik has scored his maiden first-class century, bringing it up with a 4. He removes his helmet. So one more over now before tea. And this one pitches up, and it's pushed out to the offside. That, unless I'm very much mistaken, will be tea. Whether it's the end of the Warwickshire innings or not, well, I guess we'll find out in 20 minutes' time.
In is Hannon Dolby, and that is nicely played. Just got up on top of it, laced it behind point, and that's 4 runs. Hannon Dolby in, bowls, that's clipped away, square. Oh my goodness, that's a lovely shot. That ball has flown to the mid-wicket boundary.
Simmons in, bowls. This is in the air and wide of backward point, and will race down to the boundary for a second. Warwickshire had interest in that.
Amber into Sibley. Drives that down the ground. That's a really good shot from Sibley. We'll get 4 for that. Leads into that down the ground.
He's into the left-handed Surrey captain Rory Burns, who pulls his first one, or tries to pull it, misses it and goes through. No, he didn't miss it. It went through wicketkeeper. He got an edge on it.
Barnard round the wicket to bowl, and that's guided very nicely by Burns. That was a stylish shot down to backward point for 4. Barnard comes into bowls, appeal for LBW, he's got him. Burns, his LBW is not too happy about it, but the finger goes up fairly quickly. Ed Barnard continues his good day, he strikes.
Webster around the wicket, and that's short, and that's a nice way to get off the mark, because we saw a bit of this during the...
Barnard to bowl to Patel. Patel hits that down towards side. It was a bit uppish. There's only 2 slips in there. They probably would have needed a 4th slip, and even then I don't think it would quite have carried, but it was a little uppish from Patel. He gets 4 runs for it though. Bowls, and that's clipped away nicely by Patel. Just a little short from Simmons, and Patel leans back and hits that through the covers for 4. Rob Yates has come out of the slip cordon to go there, and Patel has crashed that through the offside for 4. Tucks the bat under his arm and says thank you very much.
Yates is into Dominic Sibley. Tossed up. It's a full toss, and it's just helped down to the boundary rope. Through backward point by Sibley, and that will finish today's proceedings.